What's good, guys? Welcome back to another video where today we will be going over and speaking about, also predicting the Game Week 23 matches this weekend. So let's start with Man City versus Newcastle. This should be a very entertaining match to watch. Second versus fourth place. And let's start with Man City. And this is a side who's been in pretty decent form in recent weeks. In the last 5 games, they have won 3, drew 1, and lost 1. And that was a 1-0 loss to Tottenham. Grealish has started to find his form slowly, which is good to see. And Man City are in second, as I said, and have the most goals in the league with 64 goals scored. Onto the opponents, Newcastle. Recently, they haven't been in too good form. Newcastle have only won 1 game, drew 3 and lost 1 in the last 5 games. Seems like they struggled to get goals recently. They used to be in 3rd, but now they're in 5th place. And don't get me wrong, the defense is pretty solid, but offensively, they're struggling a bit there. But Trippier has been a very good player for them. And my prediction is going to be a 3-1 win for Man City. Aston Villa versus Crystal Palace, a battle between clubs that sit beside each other in the table. So let's start with Aston Villa. They have been doing fairly decent ever since Unai Emery came in. He's got them playing some nice football. In the last 5 games, they have won 2 and lost 3. 2 of those losses coming from Arsenal and City. Watkins has been in some good form, and he has been scoring quite a bit. And Villa currently sit in 11th place. Now let's switch over to Crystal Palace. And the Palace have actually been in some not bad form. In the last 5 games, they have 4 draws and a loss. The loss was a 2-1 defeat to Man United. And a player I enjoy watching is Eze. He's a great dribbler, has a shot on him. Very, very good player. Now Crystal Palace sit right below Aston Villa in 12th place, and my prediction is going to be a 2-1 Villa win. Brighton versus West Ham. I reckon this will be a good match between Brighton and West Ham. Brighton have surprised me this season, if I'm honest. They sit in 8th place, which is good. Mitoma has been an incredible player for the team, as well as Sonny Marsh. And Brighton haven't been in the best form recently. In the last 5 games, they have 2 wins, 2 draws, and 1 loss. And the loss came against Fulham, where they lost 1-0. Onto West Ham, the opposing team, and they have picked up some form in the recent matches. West Ham have 2 wins, 2 draws, and 1 loss in the last 5 games. And that's actually not that bad, considering they were in the relegation zone, I think a few weeks ago. And some special players they have are Benrahma, Bowen, and also Declan Rice. And West Ham currently sit in 16th place in the league. And my prediction is going to be a 2-1 win for Brighton. Chelsea versus Leeds. I could see this game being a end-to-end one between the 2 sides. So let's start with Chelsea first. They've been struggling a lot this season, to be fair. I'm seeing Graham Potter getting a lot of hate and criticism. People, or even Chelsea fans, want him out. And Chelsea have drew 3 games and lost 2, which leaves them without a win in those last 5. And Chelsea are still set in 10th place in the Premier League. And let's go to Leeds now. They recently appointed Javier Garcia as the new manager. Leeds are very close to being in the relegation zone. They're in 17th place and are 1 point off 18th place. A player they have definitely been missing is Rodrigo. He's been great for them this season, but he's out at the moment. And in the last 5 games, they have won 1 game, 1 draw, and 3 losses. That's not good, but their last game, they won 1-0 against Southampton. So my prediction is going to be a 1-1 draw between the two. Wolves versus Tottenham. I reckon this will be a decent game to watch, honestly. Great game to watch or even follow. So let's get started with Wolves. Wolves have been fairly decent. They've managed to get out of the relegation zone, which they were in like a few weeks back, and currently they are in 15th place. A player that's been great for them for years has been Ruben Neves. I rate him a lot. A really good player for the club. He could shoot, pass, etc., etc. In the last 5 games, Wolves have won 2, drew 1, and lost 2. They lost to Liverpool 2-0 in their most recent game, which was today. And let's go to Tottenham now. Tottenham have actually been surprisingly good in the recent games. Tottenham in their last 5 games have won 4 games and lost 1. The loss coming from a 4-1 defeat against Leicester. Kane is a very crucial player for this team. He could pass, shoot. He's a great player. Spurs sit in 4th place at the moment, which is a Champions League spot. So let's see if they could keep that spot. And my prediction is going to be a 2-1 win for Spurs. Arsenal versus Bournemouth. I think we all know who's going to win this game. I mean, I expect Arsenal to win. I'm pretty sure a lot of other people do as well. So let's start with Arsenal. Arsenal have been amazing this season, playing amazing football. Saka and Martinelli, also Odegaard, have been great players. They won 3, drew 1, and lost 1 in their last 5 games. That 1 loss coming from a 3-1 defeat to Man City. Partey has been a very key player for Arsenal's defense as a CDM, and Arsenal are 5 points clear at the top at 60 points. And time for Bournemouth. They haven't been too good this season. They've been struggling quite a bit. A standout player for them has been Belling. He's got those long legs for tackles. He's also scored some great long shots for them, but he can't do everything by himself. And I expect more from Solanke. Came from Liverpool, but he hasn't been scoring that many goals for Bournemouth. So we'll see if he could turn up soon. And Bournemouth have won 1, drew 2, and lost 2 in their last 5 games. They have conceded the most goals in the Prem with 48 conceded. They sit in 19th in the relegation zone at the moment. And goals-wise, they also struggle in that department as well. So my prediction is going to be a 4-0 win for Arsenal. Now Southampton versus Leicester. Now I expect Leicester to win this game, so let's start with Leicester. They've been in okay form recently. They won 2, drew 1, and lost 2 in their last 5. A underrated player is Iheanacho. I believe he should be starting basically every game. Maddison, such a key player for them. Whenever he's on the pitch, he's just a great player, makes a difference. Fayez has been a good player, good defender, apart from when he had those 2 own goals against Liverpool, but it happens. And Leicester are currently sat in 14th place. in the league, and it's been a bit of a slow start for them, but at least they're not in the relegation zone, right? Time for Southampton. Southampton have been struggling hard. Like, Ward-Prowse is probably their best player. He's probably the best free kick taker in the Prem right now. And they got a 1-0 win against Chelsea. And that's when Ward-Prowse scored that free kick. And in their last 5 games, they have 1 win and 4 losses. And they are bottom of the league in 20th place. And it's going to be hard for them to get out of that because they have 18 points. And then Bournemouth have 21 points. So that's like a 4-point gap. I mean, they could get out, but they need to start winning games. So my prediction is going to be a 3-1 win for Leicester. Forest versus Everton. The battle between a mid-table team and a bottom half team. Forest have surprised me this season. They were in the relegation zone earlier in the season. They played great football. Cooper has them playing great football. A talented player for the team is Morgan Gibbs-White, and Felipe has also been decent, the signing from Atletico Madrid, and Navas has been making some very good saves for the club. And Nottingham Forest have won 1 game. They have drew 2 and lost 2 in their last 5. And they sit in 13th place in the league at the moment. And they have been struggling a bit recently, but let's jump on over to Everton. Everton have Sean Dyche, who took charge recently because Lampard got sacked. And they lost to Arsenal 4-0 today. Arsenal got their revenge because Everton beat them 1-0 last time. And Onana's a class player. I rate him. Drives forward, does defensive work. He's also tall. He's got them long legs as well. And Everton don't really have that much of a attacking threat, in my opinion. Like, when you look at them, you don't really see someone who scores a lot of goals. So they need to work on that attacking department. And they sit in 18th place, which is in the relegation zone. And my prediction is a 2-0 win for Forest. Now Liverpool versus Man United. This is going to be a huge game. Huge game this Sunday. And Liverpool, they have found their form recently. Today they beat Wolves 2-0. And in the last 5 games they have won 1 game, drew 1, and lost 1 as well. Yakpo is finding his way into the Liverpool team, starting to play well. And Van Dijk's back, Jota's back, and they sit in 6th place in the league at the moment, which is not bad, I guess. And Trent has been criticized basically the whole season because people are saying he can't defend. I mean, he does struggle to defend, but his best quality is like passing, crossing. He's more of a attacking right back. And Salah has kind of dropped off a bit, but he did score today against Wolves. So we'll see if he could turn up against Man U as well. And Man United have been incredible this season. Play amazing football. Credit to Eric Ten Hag. Rashford is in incredible form. He's scoring basically every single game. What a player. Lisandro Martinez is one of the best center backs in the Premier League at the moment. He just fights for the badge. He fights to win the ball back. Casemiro, once they bought him, he got right into the team. Massive difference maker there. World class CDM. And they currently sit in third place at the moment, and they won 3 games, drew 1, and lost 1 in their last 5 games. And my prediction is going to be a 3-1 win for Man U. So thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to drop a like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.